It's a minimum of 30 days in jail. Anytime you get pulled over, an officer's going to look at your record, they're going to see this. What do you think they're going to do if you smell like alcohol or dope?
Judge David Fleischer has seen it all in his Harris County courtroom. Today, two defendants who couldn't be more different. Welcome back to In Session. First, a man caught hiding his identity because he knew he was wanted. Judge Fleischer doesn't miss a thing. A quick case, but the charge is serious. Then, Frankie Farius, driving while intoxicated and family assault. Two plea agreements on the table, but the judge has a lot to say before he signs anything, and the courtroom goes quiet. Let's start with the fugitive.
Good morning, Mr. Wingerter. Sir, you're charged with failure to identify oneself while being a fugitive from justice. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 10th, 2024, officers were dispatched to 350 East NASA Parkway in regard to a burglary alarm that went off. While checking the location, officers observed the defendant walking away from the business on the southeast side and ordered him to stop. Upon contact with the defendant advised he did not have an ID and gave the false name of Javier Vasquez, as well as a false date of birth. The officers gave the defendant an opportunity to give his real name twice, but the defendant asserted he was not lying both times. A pat down of the defendant revealed a glass pipe in his left pocket, and he was arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. Subsequent to that, a fingerprint search was then conducted, which revealed the defendant's real name and showed he has an active warrant with the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
All right, Mr. Wingerter, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Planning on bonding out.
Ask for a PR bond.
Have you been given a PR bond in this case? Okay. I tell you that I think that everyone, at least one time, should be given and afforded the opportunity to do something right. And I will grant you a PR bond now. But if you take flight, if you take off and you don't come back, I'm going to be very hard pressed in the future. Do you understand? Here's the other thing, though. I'm not going to give you a PR bond so you can just run the streets and just hang out on the street. I got to know that you have somewhere to go, someone that's going to care for you. You have somewhere to sleep, not just on the side of the street. Who do you have in your life that's with you now?
My uncle, my son, I can stay with them. They also got a place I can go.
How old are you? How old are you? 26. Where's mom and dad?
I haven't talked to my mom in a while. She was in jail last time I checked, and she hasn't called.
She was in jail for what?
It was a charge, and she got picked up on a charge. I haven't spoken to her. My father, he works out of town, but I can stay with him too.
Where's he living?
Where's he stay? He does industrial radiology. He goes out of town, like Mexico. That's where I'm certified to work too, but I just need to get on the job. But right now he's staying off of 249 in Fallbrook. In that area. I can catch a bus over there.
You're saying your dad lives in 249 in Fallbrook now?
My grandparents. Yeah, he stays there. My grandparents, and I can go stay there right now.
So let's do this. I've appointed Mr. Elick to represent you. I'd like to be able to verify that so that we know that you have a place to go to. And if so, I want to give you a PR bond. But like I said, I'm not giving you a PR bond so you can just run the street and create and wreak even more havoc. You have 2 open felonies now. I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on you, where you're going, what you're doing, so you don't get in trouble and so you're not using what they're alleging is being used. No dope, no alcohol, and I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using. Do you understand? Okay, so do you mind?
I can step out and call.
Assuming then I'll give him a PR bond.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he's no bonded on his felonies right now, so that could change.
Oh.
But so it's not like he's going to just get out anyway.
I didn't,
You know,
okay. I guess let's do that regardless. If you don't mind, Mr. Ehrlich, let's
Sure,
see if
I'll-
he has a place to go to
I'll
and,
approach one side.
okay, this is not a good way to go through, man. You're 26. You want to follow in mom's footsteps? That's not a good role model, man. This is not a good way to go. You're starting your life now. You have one felony dismissed. You now have another 2 felonies. Life doesn't get easier. It gets harder. The more felonies you rack up, you think you can make life easier for you? Come on, man.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to call anybody right now. I'm knocking down the bus and go straight to my grandparents. I don't have their numbers, but I know, I mean, if I was PR bonded,
Mm-mm.
I know I could go straight to.
What about your grandmother? You gave me her number.
I could call her, but she's not in town.
Give him something so that we have something to work with. We're not just going to throw you out, and we did that 2 times before. Look, you don't have to say anything. We just don't want you to floating on the street doing nothing. That's it. All right.
I don't want to.
I'll reapproach, Your Honor.
Thanks, Mr. Ehrlich. Mr. Ehrlich.
I'm reapproaching on Mr. Wingerter. I did speak with his father. His father doesn't really live here. I think he comes back and forth, you know. He did. I didn't actually get that. I was kind of just asking where, you know, would he have a place to stay? And, you know, it's kind of a yes and no at this point. I think,
Really?
well, they want him, you know, I think they wanted to.
A fugitive trying to hide his identity, and the judge catches it immediately. Now his father has been contacted, and the case is being reapproached. A short case, but it shows how quickly Judge Fleischer spots deception. Should failure to identify as a fugitive carry the same penalty as the original crime, or should it be a separate, lesser charge? Comment same or less. Let's see what you think. Now, our next defendant has 2 plea agreements on the table, and the judge has a speech for him.
You were Frankie Farius. Mr. Farius, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year on the assault case and or a $4,000 fine. And on the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
So for he's pleading time served on the DWI, 13 months deferred on the assault conditions.
Okay. Is this how you understand this agreement?
I'm sorry.
You have 2 agreements on both of your cases. On the DWI, they've offered you 3 days in jail, credit for the 5 days that you've done. But you need to understand that that charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So this time served, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. Anytime you get pulled over, an officer's going to look at your record. They're going to see this. What do you think they're going to do if you smell like alcohol or dope? Right. I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would not get into a car because it is a humongous risk. As far as the assault of a family member is concerned, you've worked out an agreement. They're offering you a 13-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you successfully complete it, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. You must understand, though, that this comes with an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that if you ever pick up another one of these cases, even if you successfully complete the deferred, you will be looking at a 3rd-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. You can also never own a gun or ammunition as well. You will be signing this other piece of paper here, which is a written admonition that you are ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. What you need to understand, it's Firearm is a very loose term, so you need to understand, if you don't understand what a firearm is or what a weapon is, you need to talk to a lawyer because that's one of the conditions. Do you understand? When you pick up criminal cases, there are a lot of collateral consequences, as you now see. It can impact you in ways that you never, ever see. That's why you need to strive to never pick up any kind of cases. And when you pick up multiple successive cases, it kills you. And now you're ending up with these things, with both of these. Anytime you come into a contact with an officer and they look at your record, you think that you'll get the benefit of the doubt. Be careful. That's all I'm going to tell you is be careful. Now, part of the agreement on the deferred, you need to also understand you give up nearly every right known to man by entering this agreement. If you fail to live up to the terms of this agreement, we will issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, and now you're looking at an entire year that you authorize to put you in custody if you violate this. Do you understand? For you to complete this successfully, you have to do a Batterers Intervention Prevention Program, what's called a BIP class. This is a 15-week, I'm sorry, is it it's 18, right? 18-week class that you have to go to one time a week for 8. You don't have to do this. You can set your cases for trial if you don't want to do this. Well, look, if you have that kind of attitude and you go into it,
Attitude, Judge, is just, I mean, I understand, I messed up. It's no one's fault but mine. I understand that, but y'all really treated me like I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. I'm not. I mean, I understand. I got a DUI and I ended up catching another.
criminal court, did you think this was going to be rainbows and gumdrops?
No, I didn't think that. I'm just, it's just.
And here's the thing though, Mr. Farius, what you need to understand is if you think it was bad here, that's what you're saying to me now. If you think it's bad now, wait till you get out there in the free world with even more conviction on your record. Life will only get more difficult with the more convictions that you get.
I hadn't been getting in trouble for the past year. I got that DUI in 2020. I have not been in trouble for it since then. So y'all treating me like if I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not.
How did we treat you that you're constantly in trouble? Tell me.
It's a conversation.
No, but Nathan, I want him, how did we treat you in what way?
I mean, I'm not
Tell
saying
me.
y'all treating me in any way. It's just like the way you talk to me. I have like I'm just a hardened criminal. All I did was I was young. I made a mistake. I was 20. I made a mistake. I was drinking. It was just a mistake.
Please do not admit to committing the offenses. We actually haven't been found guilty yet.
You mean how I'm talking to you right now?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you what to expect.
And I understand that,
And I'm
but
telling you how it's going to affect you.
and I understand that.
And I'm telling you that you can't own a gun.
That's fine. No problem.
You can't own any ammunition.
That is fine. No problem whatsoever.
If you pick up another assault like this, you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary.
See, but I didn't assault nobody, but I
You're pleading
understand.
guilty to assaulting.
But I understand.
You're-
I'm not going to take your agreement. If you're telling me you're not guilty, then we're not going to do it.
That's how this works. You're pleading guilty and admitting that you committed a crime.
Okay.
If you stand up here and say that you didn't commit a crime,
No,
then
no,
you're not pleading
this
guilty.
isn't like, it's not a game. And I'm not going to let you
Understand that.
plead guilty if you're not guilty. If you're not guilty, then let's try it. I'm not taking your plea of guilty if you're not guilty. That's it.
At this point, I politely request that we reset this case, short distance, have the client's appearance be required.
Well, hold on a second. How old is the case? I mean, the case is from it's 510 days old? No. We set the case for trial today. That's it. And I'm not here to play games. If you're either guilty or you're not guilty, but we don't plead people guilty when they're not guilty. That's not a game that we play here. And understand, the way I talk to you now is in hopes that you don't pick anything up in the future, because
I haven't.
do you know how many times I hear that?
I'm pretty sure you hear it on an everyday basis. I'm
Every-
sure you do.
Same.
But I am one of those persons that means it when he says it.
I'm going to hit the pause button.
You pick up a case in 2020, And now you pick up a case in 2023.
I'm gonna hit the pause button here. What you're getting upset about is actually the language that the judge is required to say. He's not admonishing you about anything special about your case. He doesn't care anything about you, but what you're pleading guilty to
No,
carries
you're-
with it these consequences.
I understand.
If you plead guilty to an assault family violence, there's an affirmative finding of family violence, as was explained to you. A second offense is automatically a third-degree felony. Third-degree felony punishment range is 2 to 10. If it's a strangulation, it's now 2 to 20 because it's a second-degree felony. This is automatic, has nothing to do with you, only has to do with what you're pleading guilty to. The DWI is similar in concept. If you plead guilty to DWI today and get convicted, which is what you're planning on doing, the second one is automatically a Class A misdemeanor with a maximum punishment of a year in county or a $4,000 fine. That has nothing to do with the facts of your case and your level of guilt. It's just the fact that you are pleading guilty. At the same time, I don't like this conversation. We're walking away and we're going to have a later court date. So you go over here.
So if you want to continue on the DWI and tee up the assault, we can do that as well.
No, Judge. With him, we're not doing any pleas. At your request, we'll set the case for trial. I'd ask for 30 days. I'll have a conversation with
Totally.
him. And if he wants to do the plea, we can do the plea. And he will come up here with the proper understanding.
It's not a big deal, but we either set it today or we.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll just set it today because it'll be long enough that we can have a conversation. Almost
So-
30 or so days, Judge.
Yeah, November 19th. That's, it's over 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that. It's just that I don't remember when Thanksgiving is. A week or two after that. So
It's that Tuesday. So it's the Tuesday before.
Tuesday, the week before.
Correct.
We're fine.
Okay, 11/19 it is on
I
both
like it.
cases.
Is Ramona in the back? Do I need to go talk to her?
Yes, no. Well, I'll tell them. But don't let
No,
them leave.
Nathan, you're fine. It's a good day.
Ramona.
You're welcome.
2 cases, 1 judge. Mr. Wing and Tear tried to hide and got caught. Frankie Farius got his deals, but Judge Fleischer made sure he understood every consequence that comes with them. Did you think this was going to be rainbows and gumdrops? That's Judge Fleischer. Was Judge Fleischer too harsh on Frankie Farius, or did he need to hear every word of that warning? Comment harsh or necessary. I want to know what you think. Thanks for watching In Session. Check out the other video on your screen right now. We've got plenty more real courtroom moments. See you in the next one.